Salut, bonjour, c'est Kate. Merci beaucoup for being once again with me in these videos. So, I forgot to tell you last week that a friend of mine called Chas, he lives in Australia, in Melbourne, Australia, and he is from Mexico and he is learning Portuguese. And he knew about this learning progress or learning process that I am doing with God, and he decided to challenge me into who gets to learn more the language by the end of the year. So he is learning Portuguese and I will be learning French, but we are going to have a conversation on the 25th of December, which is on Christmas, and we will see who speaks more fluently or who knows more the language that each of us are learning. So it's going to be, I think, very interesting, and I'm very excited to look or to see who improves the most, or even not just to like a competition or something like that, but more like I think it's so cool for us to just push ourselves and help us to build up motivation and confidence in our process of learning language by ourselves, or in my case with God. So it's going to be like so exciting. And okay, that was a thing that I didn't mention in the last video because I think it was so late and I forgot to tell a lot of things. But this week I've been doing like many other things that I wasn't thinking on doing before. And the first thing that I want to tell you is that I was confronted, I think it's called like that, confrontada, by people and YouTube that are learning also languages and that are also like life coaches and things like that. And I was really challenged to push myself a little bit harder because I've been like a little bit relaxed with the language learning process, and I wasn't that committed maybe, and I think it's necessary in order to see a little bit of progress and not just to wait a lot of time to see something happening, right? So I decided to push myself a little bit harder and still being kind and loving it, and I haven't lost that emotion or that motivation yet, so I liked it. I like that, sorry. And one of the things that I started doing was write down things. So a very good friend of mine called Wendy, she is a blessing of God in my life. She is like literally love in a human body, and she gave to me a gift this week, and it's definitely a gift from Daddy, from God the Father. I call him like with those kind of names, and it's a book or notebook that is beautiful, like it's so beautiful, but I won't tell you a lot of things about it. I just want to tell you that in the book, I decided to write down all the things that God is saying to me in many things, in many areas of my life, but especially in French, that is very special in this moment for me. So the messages of Hillsong Church in Paris, in France, I was watching them like each week, but this time I decided to not just watch and hear what they said, but also to write down the things that God was speaking to my life. So I want to show you a little bit of what I wrote. So here is the point number 1, 2, 3, 4, and another things. God gave me a lot of promises with this message, so I'm so happy I had the chance to write down all the words that He gave me. Another thing that I did was to take the advice of someone called Nathaniel, I think. He's a YouTuber and he's like a very interesting person. and he knows like many languages. He's like super smart and clever, but I liked someone he did, which was to write down the first or the most important, the 10,000 most important words in each language. So he was learning Italian, and I decided to take that for my progress, or for my process, sorry, in French. And I came up with 229 words. Here is the video in which I decided to start writing down those words. And right now I'm just focusing on the first 46 words, which are in the first page. So here is the word in French. Here is the word in English, because I'm learning French from English, which is more difficult because French has more things in common with Spanish than with English, so that's challenging, but I like challenges, so I did it. And here in this part is the way that I think is pronounced in French. Of course this is incorrect, but it's the only way that I have to know how it's pronounced in French. And yeah, so I recorded myself reading this, like the French word, and then first the word in English, then the word in, or how it's pronounced in French. And by doing that, I just listened to myself one time and then the other time, and I've been doing that during the last days, and it's been helpful because it helps me to memorize the words that are basic. These are like basic words, like as, I, his, that, he, was, for, on, are, with, they, be, at, one, have, this, like are basic words, and it's just the first 46 words. It's not all the words that I have to learn, but I'm excited about it. I want to keep on doing that, and by doing that I've been learning a lot. Another thing that I did was subscribe to more channels, like channels in YouTube, but this time I decided to subscribe to channels in French, which is very challenging. So of course they know that you don't speak very fluent French, and so they are patient and they are slow in their speech, so that's good for me as well. And I've been learning like many words, and that's a real good news for me in this journey. A word that is been really important and that is been stick to my mind is the word alors. Alors, it's like alors. Of course, is leída en español alors, but it's alors, which means so. And I use that word a lot in my daily life. So, yeah, so, alors. I think it's really cool that I got to learn that. And many others, like many others, but I won't read that to you because it will be very long, the video, and boring for you. But I wanted to share that because I think that makes a lot of progress for me and makes me so happy in this journey. And I will tell you that I am going to watch a movie, my first movie, no, my second, it will be my second, but my first in this journey with the father, my first movie in French with subtitles in English, of course, otherwise I won't understand anything. Or maybe I will be watching it with subtitles in French. I don't know, maybe I feel like with lucky, but I don't know, like I haven't decided yet. And the movie that I'm going to watch is the movie Friends. I don't know how to say that in like Friends, yeah, mon ami, but I don't know how to say the real name in French for the movie. I think it is Los Intocables, but in French. So yeah, I have to know for the next video how to say that. Of course, I will get to tell you and to know that. And so yeah, thank you for being stick with me to these videos, and thank you so much for being a part of this. As always, I say that I don't know. I think it's important to be grateful with people that are supporting you and like cheering you up in your journey. So that's why I say a lot of that. And merci beaucoup. And oh my gosh, I don't know. Like Dieu bénisse and j'adore mon ami. I don't know. Yeah, I'm doing this challenge of the words precisely for that, to build up sentences, phrases, real phrases, and not just words, like random words. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do like real progress by starting to know how to like build up a sentence in real life, and yeah, to give you sentences that will be helpful and inspiring maybe for you. So I want to do that, but being patient, one day at a time, right? Merci, salut, au revoir.